Hey, students. I know there's a lot of people that have given their thoughts and their condolences for the death of George Floyd. And something that I haven't heard people talk about before is a solution of hear something, say something, do something. And that's what I think that we need to do as a society to keep this type of thing from happening in the future. For example, if you see something happening like this, then you need to get involved. I'm not saying that you should interfere with police activity, but think about it. If the other officers would have seen what was going on and actually done something about it, they saw what was going on, but they didn't say anything, they didn't do anything about it, they could have gotten their fellow officer to choose a different form of arrest. But obviously, they were too timid and scared and they didn't do anything, and that's a shame on them. That's something that we all as a society need to do. Whether you hear something, somebody says something, whether it's sexist, whether it's racist, whether it's homophobic or something like that, you need to say something. You need to stick up. You might feel weird or awkward, but it's important as a society for us to do that. For example, I remember when I saw moments after a homeless person on a bike got hit by a car, I stopped my car to assist, to make sure that that individual was okay, that 911 was called, and that the traffic was stopped. And after I had done that, and after the paramedics arrived and police officers arrived, I remember leaving the scene, and I noticed that there was 20 people with their cell phones out trying to capture the moment. And it really hit me because I was the only one that stopped. I was the only one that was directing traffic. I was the only one keeping this homeless person from dying possibly until the medics arrived. And it just really made me angry that everybody was just watching, but they weren't saying anything, they weren't doing anything to help. Now, I get it. It's oftentimes hard to say something because it makes you feel awkward, or maybe you'll lose friends over it, or maybe the situation will escalate because you actually brought attention to it. I've had those moments before, but it's so important for you to protect the marginalized. Even in the Bible, it talks about protecting those who are the fatherless, those who are the widow, those who are the sojourner. You know, we need to protect those who are marginalized and those who can't speak for themselves, whether it's the unborn that we need to speak up for, whether it's immigrants that we need to speak up for, or anybody that's being bullied, we need to stick up for. I'd like to also say something to those who are protesting. If you're doing it in an honest way, that's great. But if you see people who are doing destruction and just destroying property, graffitiing, or lighting things on fire, you need to also see something, say something, and do something. Because let's be honest, that's not honoring to George Floyd. That's just people trying to do their own thing and make themselves feel better about themselves. And it's a tragedy. So we all need to make sure that we see something, we say something, and we also do something.